I'm gonna try talk briefly about substance intoxication and chronic substance intoxication. I'm not gonna really call it addiction because the way I framed it in my understanding and experience, it's not. I don't see it as like an addiction to the substance. It's more of the substance allowing or um, helping make um, like a relationship to something or someone in your mind more tolerable and perhaps inhabitable. I can't say that word. But yeah, like it allows you to inhabit a um like a relationship to whatever is something that is, I'll say, like dissociated or split off. So it makes it tolerable. It doesn't make it like a blissful or good or wonderful. Although it can feel that way because like it's you're actually tolerating something that is quite um hmm. Well, yeah, you're like it's tolerable. um so I've kind of come to this understanding through like sitting with my intoxicated state because I used to have like a bout of alcohol use, but it's I'd say um since I've like have had this understanding like that alcohol's more of a it's like a enjoyable experience and um yeah, it's like a fun, enjoyable experience. I don't I don't seek the intoxication to either numb or force my body to feel a certain way or um like change my the way I sound in my in my head and to myself. So what I've come to understand, not not um like a doctoral sense or like a student or academic sense, but like in a kind of uh, experiential sense and like a um I don't want to say spiritual, but I don't really like I don't really think spiritual things are like solitary. I think they're very like encompassed in the world. So they involve like spiritual notions and experiences involve much, much more than just yourself. But that's a side note. So with the like the substance intoxication and chronic intoxication, I would say, from my understanding, it seems to be like a way to seek out like a tolerable relationship to um something that has been split off, or um I don't really like this term, but black and white thinking in like the DBT sense or the CBT sense. um yeah, like related to the black and white thinking, the substance it doesn't, like, a black and white's still there, but it's not like a cliff. So like instead of like the black being the bottom and the white being the ideal or the super good, whatever, it like becomes like a ramp, and then it becomes like a tolerable intersection. So black and white's still there, but there's like a intersection in the middle. It's not really like a gray experience, to use that black and white thinking analogy thing. So it becomes like a inhabitable kind of experience. So it's not like your emotional experience and your um yeah, emotional experience isn't like a cliff. It becomes like a hill. It could be like a steep hill, but like it's still a hill, and you can traverse it and inhabit that environment in your body and mind. It's not like a literal environment, but like mental, psychological environment. Now, this is like a really weird thing to kind of think about, or even like try to feel, but what I found, like, toward like after my last bout of alcohol use, and I think this is the one that kind of just made me. I've always had like times where I just realized something, and then my alcohol use stopped, and then like a 6 months, 7 months later, it comes back. But I think this time it's um it's like changed that my relationship to um like how I feel when I'm intoxicated. So I don't have to keep going deeper into the intoxication, and I don't have to um I don't have to make it like a chronic thing. So the weird that this could be really weird and strange to think about and try to feel, but what I've kind of come to understand is that when you've taken a substance like intoxicate to an intoxicating level, I'd also say just like taking like a substance in general, but like this is a very apparent to me, at least, when you're intoxicated to like a moderate high level. I wouldn't say extreme levels of intoxication. If you're like seeking that kind of level, um that's probably like a psychotic that's probably like a psychotic kind of um longing. Like you're like the longing driving that level of intoxication is like a it's like a longing that's like essentially psychotic, and um there's a lot that can be said about that, but I won't say that. But anyways, when you take the like when you become intoxicated, to go back to the inhabitable environment and like the relationship becoming like more tolerable, the relationship to whatever is split off or dissociated becoming like tolerable and inhabitable, the intoxication from the substance seems to um again, this is like really weird and strange. I keep saying that, but it kind of forces the world and potentially others to um like reflect back um I'll call it like a disavowed affect or emotion. So it reflects that emotion back to you, but since it's tolerable and inhabitable, it's like a um hmm, it's like a um um this is like really hard to, I've got it like up, yeah. So it reflects the affect or the emotion back, the disavowed affect or emotion back to you. Well, that's what your psyche and personality is interpreting during the intoxication. So um yeah, and it does that. It seems to do that by making your body um like almost essentially forcing your body to experience a like a almost undeniable bodily feeling. And this bodily feeling could be something to do with that disavowed affect or emotion. So for most, it seems for like quite a lot of people, the negative the negative emotion, it's like sadness, fear, disgust, confusion, rage, um like melancholy, those kind of things. When the substance is it's like a intoxicating experience, it it seems to yeah, like essentially force your body to experience something like one of um those emotional states in a bodily form. Now, like pretty much every emotion is a bodily form, but um like the substance makes it very apparent, but you have to, like, if the intoxication is like chronic or it's like done in a problem way, so like a binge kind of situation, um to like tease apart what emotion would be sought out from the substance intoxication, that that may take quite a bit of time because again, like I don't think I've talked about this, but pretty much I'd say every emotion is like some form of attachment to something, or like the emotion helps drive relationship towards whatever it may be. So it could be another person, could be um like a something important, like an object. It could even be to yourself, but you kind of need um yeah, like the emotions, they pretty much cause relationship. Like in a general sense. It gets like quite complicated, like each emotion and then combinations of emotion and then yeah. So the substance makes that emotional experience. So the emotional experience may be like disavowed or like dissociated, dissociated, dissociated. Sorry. So and the substance allows, because the way I frame emotion is like it pretty much guides and potentially causes relationships. The disavowed and dissociated emotion is essentially forced to come up in the body through the intoxication, and that helps make the relationship. It could be like like an unconscious thing, or like split off and unconscious are pretty much the same thing, but the relationship seen through that emotional experience that the substance brings up in the body becomes tolerable. So it's not good or bad in a like a Kleinian sense or like an object relation sense, but it's tolerable. And that's easier than well, I'd say it's like it's a lot easier to fathom than like an ambivalent kind of state. Now, I'd also say like the level, yeah, I think I said this earlier, but the level of intoxication and how chronic it is, that may potentially indicate um, like reality testing. So this goes a bit further than just good or bad um, splitting. So with the reality testing, like my understanding of that, um, rather than like devaluing and idealizing the good or bad object, the substance seems to create a um like a proxy kind of relationship. So it's like the good and the bad is like normal for like more I'll say like lower organized level organized um personalities. And then the substance brings in like a bit of a um alteration to um the lower level personality um organization. So there isn't really a like a good or a bad in that case. It becomes like a tolerable um relationship to um yeah, whatever the relationship is to in regards to the emotion that is um potentially sought out in like a cyclical form. So it gets like lingered on and dwelled on, and then when you take the substance, you experience that what you dwelled on, and then it becomes tolerable to um for the moment. Now, this is me thinking on the spot now because I was just thinking because just before what I was talking about, that's my understanding up to this point. But as I was talking just now, the reflected emotional experience caused by the intoxication when that breaks it, like the tolerability breaks. So it's like there's like a discongruence or incongruence with the reflection. That's when things can get um very very um bad because again the tolerable and habitable environment in the mental space and emotional space, it potentially um like when the emotion is reflected not reflect sorry when the emotion is not reflected in like a again like a congruent way, the hill the hill whatever it it'll just shatter and fall away, and then the the good or the white just keeps going up and up, and then the the black or the bad split. It becomes um so encompassing that um yeah, some terrible stuff can happen. um I'll have to read over my notes that I wrote about this. I might try make another video about like substance intoxication, but that's what I remember I wrote and understood. There's probably a bit more about like how aggression fits into it, but Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just I'm just trying to make or share videos or yeah, videos about um quite complex psychological emotional whatever you want to call it, because there seems to be like a quite a um I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it I don't want to call it an agenda, but like there's like a resilience kind of factor going into like mental health content and like self-help and stuff like that. Like I know there's a lot of like videos can't do much because you have to actually like if you actually want help and um something better, you have to come up with the words yourself, and you might have to place the words somewhere so someone might have to hear it, or you just have to write it and then read it aloud. Anyways, I'm trying to share these videos and because I don't know, I think there's like a wellness kind of thing. Like everyone's well, everyone's this, everyone's happy. And then I don't know. It's just like my my opinion on this is like the full range of emotions should be allowed, and yeah, I can talk about that a bit more, but yeah, my brain stopped working at the moment, so I'll see. See ya.